You're standing in a field in southern England. It's a warm afternoon. The grass stretches out around you, a river runs nearby, and all you can hear is birdsong. Normal, peaceful, familiar. Now rewind 10,000 years. Same field, same river, same sky. But through the trees, a herd of woolly mammoths, a pack of hyenas on the ridge above you. And somewhere, not far away, a lion watches from the grass. Not Africa, England. The world you think you know is not the real one. Most people think of Earth before humans and picture dinosaurs, giant lizards, volcanoes, an alien planet. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about 10,000 years ago. Barely a blink. Your ancestors were already here, making tools, cooking food, telling stories, but the world they lived in looked almost nothing like ours. Not because of geology, not because of climate, because of what was alive. The planet was full, absolutely packed, with enormous animals we have no name for in any living language. And then, quietly, they vanished. Here's what was actually out there. The giant sloth, the bear that grew too ambitious. In North and South America, ground sloths the size of elephants roamed the forests. 6 meters tall when they stood up, with claws like kitchen knives. Today's sloths hang from trees and move at the speed of a slow thought. Their ancestors could have looked a giraffe in the eye. They vanished roughly 10,000 years ago, right around the time humans arrived on the continent. The woolly rhinoceros, the tank that lived in the snow. Europe and Asia were home to woolly rhinos, massive, armored, cold-adapted, and completely real. Cave paintings in France show them clearly. Our ancestors didn't just coexist with these animals. They drew them. The European hippo, the Thames resident nobody invited. Here's a sentence that is completely true. 125,000 years ago, hippopotamuses lived in the River Thames. Not a quirky ancient ancestor, the exact same species you'd see in the Serengeti today, swimming through what is now central London. The climate was slightly warmer, Britain was connected to Europe, and hippos apparently liked it. The green Sahara, the desert that forgot it was a desert. The Sahara, the largest hot desert on Earth, was green. Between 11,000 and 5,000 years ago, it was covered in grassland, lakes, and trees. Crocodiles in rivers. Giraffes where there is now only sand. People lived there, fished there, and painted the animals they saw on cave walls. Those paintings still exist today, deep in the desert, showing animals that haven't been seen there for thousands of years. The American lion, the biggest cat that ever lived. North America had lions, not distantly related lion-like creatures, a species closely related to modern African lions, and 25% bigger. Packs of them across the plains from Alaska to Peru. They didn't disappear because of a climate shift. They disappeared because their prey disappeared first. And their prey disappeared because of us. The moas, the birds that forgot to fear. In New Zealand, completely isolated with no land predators for millions of years, birds had grown enormous. Moas stood 3 meters tall. They had no natural enemies. They had no reason to run. When humans arrived in New Zealand around 1280 AD, the moas were gone within a century. Not thousands of years, 100 years. Here's what most people assume. These animals died out because the climate changed. An ice age ended, temperatures shifted, they couldn't adapt. And that's partially true. The climate did change. But here's the problem with that explanation. The climate had changed before, many times. Ice ages had come and gone for millions of years, and these animals had survived, all of them, every single time. Until one thing was different. Us. The pattern is striking and uncomfortable. Wherever humans arrived on a new continent, Australia, the Americas, New Zealand, Madagascar, the large animals vanished within a few thousand years, sometimes within a few hundred. Paleontologists call it the overkill hypothesis, and the evidence keeps getting stronger. We didn't just witness the end of the megafauna, we caused it. Our ancestors, with simple spears and a talent for cooperation, hunted creatures that had never learned to fear a two-legged animal. They didn't know to run, and by the time they learned, it was over. There's a word ecologists use, shifting baseline syndrome. Each generation grows up thinking the world they're born into is normal. The empty oceans seem natural because we never saw them full. The silent forests seem peaceful because we never heard what used to live in them. The world you think of as wild, lions in Africa, elephants in Asia, is already the diminished version, a shadow of what was here. 10,000 years ago, Earth was an entirely different kind of full, and somewhere, buried under the silence of the Sahara, under the cities built on Thames riverbanks, under the grasslands of North America, is the outline of the world we came from. We didn't inherit a wild planet. We inherited the quiet that came after.